Good morning, everybody. Today, I would like to talk to you about the posture, your posture, which is so important for a healthy body. And those of you who are teachers will know, when you're preparing for a yoga class, when you're preparing to teach, there's always so many things that come to you because you never, ever, ever stop learning. The body is so miraculous. There's so much to learn about the human body that you will never stop learning. And I always feel myself being still the beginner because every time I learn so much more. So good morning to Annette and Neve. I know you teachers, Joan. So I hope this will help you, what I'm about to share. Lynn is here, Caroline, that's fantastic. So your posture is what I'm currently looking at in the Thursday evening yoga class. So tomorrow evening we'll continue to look at optimum posture, especially looking at it at the background of that most of our Western life these days is actually spent, or I'm saying most, I mean a lot of our life is spent in a sitting position. And if you compare that with what we used to be, and if you go back through the evolution, we used to move so much more. We used to roam through nature. We used to hunt. We used to gather. We used to, squat on the floor and prepare meals and all these things. And all of that doesn't happen anymore in our modern day life. So what I'm passionate about at the moment is looking at how does that affect our posture and how can we counter effect that. And if you look at the spinal column, you have it's a very sacred geometry going on actually, because you have, as you all know, you have 24 vertebrae. You have the 7 neck vertebrae, you have the 12 thoracic vertebrae, and then you've got the 5 lumbar. But on top of that, you've got the skull bone, and you've got the sacrum, and you've got the tailbone. So all together, you actually have 27 bones, which is a very sacred number, 27. And so the whole spine moves on 26 hinges, on 26 joints between those 27 bones. And one of the particular junctions I wanted to look at this morning is the neck. And particularly the junction where the occiput, which is this the lower neck bone here, where the occiput meets the first cervical vertebra. And there we often get a lot of tension, believe it or not. Because often what we do is, if I just sit sideways to you, we kind of move the head forward like this. So the chin goes forward and there's a compression in the top of the neck. So that's quite often what happens when you're on the computer or when you, or even just, any postural habit often just moves the chin forward. So we want to counteract this position, because what actually is happening, if you do this, you're putting a lot of strain, a lot of tension onto the brain stem. The brain stem is the lowest part of your brain here, which sits right on top of the occiput. And the brain stem is all to do, it's all concerned with survival. Other parts of the brain are more concerned with planning or social interactions or whatever. But the base of the brain is the primitive brain, and it's all about survival. And if you're putting stress on this part of the brain, then we find ourselves in survival mode most of the time without knowing it. Unconsciously, our body goes into stress mode or into worry mode. The worry mode is a good one. We all know that one. And not just that, it compresses the flow of the cerebrospinal fluid. It can't flow freely. The whole energy can't flow freely through the spine. And also what you have in this part of the neck is your 12 cranial nerves, which supply all your sensual organs in the head. So your perception might be slightly altered when you're putting all that tension in that part of the brain. So should we do something about this? Shall I show you what we can do? So first of all, we can do a very simple test. Just let's sitting upright. Oh, it's lovely to see Nicola and Katrin, one of my friends in Germany, Louise, fantastic. So what you can do, as Drugos, you will all know this, you can actually drop the chin down to the chest and just stretch the back of the neck. And here, just feel what happens. Keeping the shoulders really low, relax, and you might feel a little pinching or something in the base of your neck. And this is exactly where that tension sits. We all know when we're getting a neck massage and people massage us up here, oh my God, it can be heaven because so much tension is released in that area. But the good news is you can also do that for yourself. So I want to show you the trick today, how you can release this tension from yourself. Now, what I brought is a tool. I've got a black roll that has got two balls together, attached to each other. Now, what you can do is you can use two tennis balls and put them in a sock, put a knot on so they stay together. Or you can simply use a rolled up blanket. Okay, or a rolled up towel, actually. Something that's about this thickness. And then what you do, I'll just go back to my yoga mat. What you do is you lie on the floor, and I hope you can all see me from here. You place this tool, whatever it is, your blanket or your tennis balls, you place them just here at the occiput, so just at the very base of your neck, and you lie on it. So you rest your head onto it, you relax your lower back into the floor, and you pull the chin down to your chest. Now you can maneuver the instrument so that it really hits the spot. It really hits that area that creates all that tension. And then you would stay here for quite a few breaths and just breathe into that area and just relax into it. Okay, so perhaps I won't stay in here for too long, but you can, after you watch this video, find yourself a tool and place it there and really relax and pull that chin down to the chest and bring the weight of the head into your tool towards the floor. Okay, so that's one thing you can do, and this has actually revolutionized my life, I must say. It's fantastic. Okay, the other thing you can do is just be aware of how you hold your head and how you stand. So if you stand up, there's a really simple trick that can help you correct your posture. So just standing, we'll just finish here with this nifty trick, and you imagine something is pulling you here from underneath, the base of your breastbone. Just feel something pulling you from here up towards the ceiling, like a beautiful golden thread or something. And then feel another golden thread here from the occiput pulling you up towards the ceiling. And you might find, as you do that, as you just focus on these 2 points, one here or one there, pulling up, you feel your whole posture is rearranging itself, your whole spine is kind of reorganizing itself. It's one of those magic tricks, I think. And then throughout the day, so throughout today, because you've watched this video this morning, you want to make it count, be aware of how you hold your neck and really lengthen the back of the neck. And if you need to look up, because often we do this, just raise your eyes, just look up with your eyes. It's a beautiful eye exercise as well. So when you're on the computer screen or whatever you're going to be doing today, really lengthen through that back of the neck all the time. Keep the chin relaxed, throat and jaw relaxed. Okay, and I look forward to sharing more wonderful exercises and tricks with you tomorrow evening in the yoga class. Be there and explore your posture in a whole new way. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day and lots of love to you all. Bye now.